And moving right along to exercises 21 and 22 in the first book of practical studies for trombone by Gerald Bordner, we see that Mr. Bordner is exploring different rhythms than we've seen before in these two exercises. And because the rhythm is the new element that he would like to focus on, he's taken out a lot of the dynamic changes that we've been seeing in previous times, and there aren't so many slurs, there aren't so many other complex things going on, so that we can focus most of our new, fresh attention on the new element of rhythm. Mr. Bordner is exploring dotted rhythms. That's when you add a dot to a note just after it, and it changes the length of that note. Let me demonstrate. In the first two bars of this piece, number 21, if I were to play the rhythms as if they had no dots and as if it was just single quarter notes every step of the way, then the first two bars of number 21 would sound like this. Notice that I was just playing quarter notes on each beat. But that's not what he's written here. What he's written here is a dotted quarter note to begin the bar, followed by an eighth note, and then a half note. In both bars, he's put the same rhythm. That means that instead of playing a quarter note as the first note, now I'm playing a quarter note, and the dot adds half that length again. So it's going to be a quarter note plus an eighth note, or one beat plus an extra half beat. That's going to be the length of that first note. That'll sound more like this. Did you hear how the second beat of each bar fell as I was still playing? I didn't articulate on the second beat because my first note is longer than one beat, so I wasn't done playing my first note yet. That's kind of the feeling that it gives. Let me show that again, just so you understand it. Just straight quarter notes followed by a half note would sound like this. And what's on the page, the dotted rhythms, would sound like this. The first note in each bar, because it has a dot after it, is just a little longer. And the second note in each bar has to be a little bit shorter just to make up the difference so that the bar still is 4 beats long. So let's try this out. This is at an andante tempo. I've set the metronome to 72. It's in 4/4 time or common time, 4 beats per bar. Let's play number 21. But first, a tuning note. Here's the B flat at the top of the bass clef stave. And here's 2 measures of 4 beats for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. to empty out our water key, to empty the water out of our slides so that we have a nice clear fresh sound. And here's number 22. This is a different tempo to any that we've seen before. This is marked at allegretto. Allegretto is kind of like a little allegro. When you see etto at the end of an Italian word, it means whatever the word is, it's the smaller version of that. I guess technically that means an allegro would be very quick, quite fast. So an allegretto would be quite fast, but a little less fast. That's what I'm going to set my metronome for. Our allegro was 110 beats per minute, so I'm going to set our allegretto at 100 beats per minute, slightly slower. We're in 3/4 time. That's 3 beats per bar. Each beat is 1 beat. So I'll give 2 bars of 3 for nothing.